Thank you very much. Please let's take our seats, and good morning. When I was informed about this very important occasion and that it was about young people, I did not hesitate because I am aware of the power of the young people of our republic. And as I have said lately, that the single biggest asset that we have as a nation is our human capital. That human capital is 75% young, and therefore the single biggest resource is our human capital represented by our young people. And that is why I am very happy this morning to join you in witnessing another milestone in digital transformation journey of the banking and financial sector. This occasion is indeed unique because what is being launched goes beyond the regular offerings of our local fintech. Fingo Africa application aims to become Africa's first youth-centered and purely digital bank. Ecobank, a large banking institution with Pan-African footprints, has set out to leverage digital fintech and diversify its product offering, and thus attract a young generation of digital clientele. I want to tell my good friend Jeremy and the Ecobank team, very big congratulations for believing in our young people. To satisfy this emerging cohort of Generation Z and post-millennial clients, institutions have to get capacity to adapt effectively and efficiently at all levels and across enterprises. This calls for boldness and resolve to embrace pioneering technologies and transformative innovations. This is why I consider this exciting collaboration between Ecobank and Fingo Africa to be a big deal. It brings together the most potent ideas in today's dynamic entrepreneurial universe: the youth, ICT, innovation, and fintech. That is one hell of a powerful collabo. And I want to congratulate Kiru, James, Ian, Gitari. Please stand up so that we can appreciate you. Looking at these young people, this is the face of our new investors, of our new entrepreneurs, and of our new business people. Congratulations again for making the Kenyan youth proud. As you know, the government of Kenya is undertaking its youth-oriented employment creation commitments as well as ambitious digital economic agenda. Our entire bottom-up agenda for economic transformation is aimed at creating tens of millions of new jobs to absorb many young, skilled Kenyans who graduate from our tertiary institutions every year, and to radically enhance the productivity of our labor. We see these twin undertakings to comprise the most fundamental interventions necessary to stimulate sustained economic growth, increase incomes and wealth, and reduce inequality. I say this firmly because, as I told you earlier, it is our human capital. It is the young people of our nation. And that is why yesterday I launched a new funding mechanism for our higher education, both in our TVETs and in our universities. Because to sharpen our human capital, to equip our young people with what it takes to be productive, to be effective, is for us to have an education system that is accessible, that is of high quality, but also that is relevant. That because I consider human capital and our young people as the biggest asset that we have as a nation, it is important for government to deploy adequate resources to make sure that our young people get relevant, quality, accessible training and education. And that is the purpose of the program and the new funding model that I launched yesterday, that is going to not only increase the amount of money available for the training and teaching and education of our young people, but it is going to be predictable and it is going to be timely. Let me thank this collaboration between Ecobank and Fingo Africa. The job creation mandate that we have falls upon every pillar of our transformation agenda, with special focus on the digital superhighway and creative economy, the MSME transformation, agriculture and agro-industrial value chains, and the affordable housing program. We have an ambitious program, the digital superhighway and creative economy agenda, aimed at developing 100,000 kilometers of fiber optic infrastructure to connect learning institutions, government institutions, health facilities, even up to every ward in the Republic of Kenya. This initiative will facilitate the creation of 25,000 free public hotspots, 1,450 digital innovation hubs, and the connection of over 40,000 learning institutions across the country. We are rolling out this digital infrastructure because, as was said ably by my good brother there, technology is going to leapfrog our continent into the future. And to be able to make it possible for millions of young people to use technology, it is necessary for us to provide the infrastructure, the digital infrastructure, access to the internet that will make it easy and possible for millions of young people to access opportunity, to do business. It is very important for Kiru and his team that there is a robust infrastructure of digital infrastructure across the country for his business to make sense. And that is why we are deploying this one pillar of the bottom-up economic transformation agenda as a digital superhighway. I have seen the ministry is running with it. The whole of government is focused on it. And as you are all aware, we did undertake that we are going to move government to the digital space. 6 months ago, we had only 320 government services available in the digital space. Today, we have 3,000, and I am committed that by next month, I am informed by both the Ministry of ICT and the Ministry of Interior that we will have 5,000 services by 30th of May. And by the end of this year, all government services will be available online. And I mean all government services, including marriage and divorce, maybe. So that government can become much more efficient, government can become much more effective, government can become much more transparent, and government can become much more accountable. We can get rid of pilferage, we can get rid of corruption, we can get rid of inefficiency, we can get rid of unnecessary queues and unnecessary visits to government offices, because government services will be available online, and you can access government services from the comfort of your office or your home, or even as you travel around the country. It is my commitment that that is where we want to take Kenya. Additionally, apart from laying the digital infrastructure around the country, I think we are in the process of concluding the production of mobile phones that are enabled, smartphones, let me just put it that way, smartphones and smart gadgets that will be produced in Kenya that are G5 enabled, so that from the comfort of your phone, using your phone, you can be able to not only transact, you can also, and we want to make it available at less than $40. We want to make it available at less than 5,000 shillings as we drive the costs down. So I have some very good news for you, Kiru. Your app will be going places. I am very happy that you mentioned to us. Currently, 3,000 services are available on the e-Citizen platform, and by June 30th, we plan to onboard 5,000 services. We are also working on our government ICT core systems to ensure a fully digital government. The digital transformation agenda is on a robust institutional framework which consists of well-developed policies and legislation. We have the National ICT Policy, the Kenya Startup Act, Data Protection Act, Digital Economy Blueprint, and the Computer Misuse and Cybercrimes Act. They all define the broad direction of Kenya's ambition to consolidate its position as a globally competitive ICT innovation and digital enterprise hub. Our policy framework duly recognizes technology as a primary driver of structural change of our global economy, and specifically provides for the facilitation and regulation of financial technology to promote transactional efficiency, enhance security, and protect private data. In addition to this, the Konza Technopolis, an ongoing Vision 2030 flagship project, is going to be a world-class smart city powered by a thriving ICT ecosystem, taking advantage of superior infrastructure and business-friendly governance. Nearly $1 billion have been committed to the project. As a result, significant infrastructure milestones have been attained on the way to delivering a dedicated ecosystem for the incubation of startups, digital and technological innovations, and a global hub for major corporate investments in ICT, life science, and engineering. I will be launching, by the way, in the Konza Technopolis, our first ever Kenya Open University. I hope we will partner with our good friends so that we can make training of software engineers a first course in our Kenya Open University, so that we can build the body and numbers in our engineering space that will facilitate the uptake of technology, provide the ecosystem for us to leapfrog our young people into opportunities, into jobs, and into other spaces that will improve their lot. I heard Kiru speak about people to leave if you have to get opportunity. Kiru, the good news here is that working with the Ministry of ICT, the whole of government has been mobilized. Part of the reason why we are spreading and we are expanding infrastructure around technology, around digitization, the entire fiber optic backbone that we are working on is so that millions of young people can have access to internet and technology. And they don't have to leave their villages, they don't have to leave their homes. They can work from there and get and access opportunities anywhere in the world. The digital job ecosystem is huge, and you don't have to travel, you don't have to leave. You can access those opportunities and jobs from the comfort of your village. We are determined to prove that M-Pesa was not a flash in a pan. In a few short years, the world will become familiar with Kenya and its Silicon Savannah as a digitally advanced, industrially competitive global hub of transformative innovations. It is therefore highly encouraging to observe the emergence of a disruptive new entrant into Kenya's busy fintech space. ICTs, especially fintech, have become embedded in Kenyan transactional culture. Our younger generations, who form the overwhelming majority of our population, are extremely agile in the digital universe and take the possibilities of transactional ICTs for granted. In other words, we are a ripe market for appropriate fintechs to thrive in. Although we are here to launch a digital banking application, this is also a story about our collective determination to define the future we wish to live in. The youth, the digital economy, and innovation are all terms that speak to the abundant possibilities that lie in the future and the urgent imperative to begin our quest now. And without a doubt, Fingo Africa has come to the right space, to the right place, and at the right time. I join other well-wishers in congratulating the founders of Fingo Africa on your fine accomplishment. I also welcome your entry into the Kenyan fintech market and wish you great success in exceeding the expectations of millions of young people who will be your customers. And really, really wish you, Kiru, and your team, Ian here, and Gitari and James, and your other collaborators, my very best as you show the direction to millions of our young people and provide the possibilities that exist in our nation by pointing the young people of our nation in the right direction. You do not have to be old, you do not have to be white, you do not have to have gray hair, you do not have to have a port, you just need to have a working, functioning mind to be able to get the possibilities of our time. Congratulations to all of you. I have come here deliberately to stand with these young people so that fellow young people in the Republic of Kenya can appreciate the possibilities that exist and can look beyond the challenges that we have and look at the possibilities that exist in our country, in our continent, and global. Congratulations again as I declare Fingo Africa officially launched. And I am told it should be Fingo Africa powered by Ecobank. So let me say one more thing, and speaking to the Pan-African nature of this collaboration between Fingo and Ecobank, that Kenya will be championing, because we already are, the consolidation of the African market within the framework of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, because in that consolidation of that market exists great opportunity for our continent. And as we do that, we must also build the ecosystem that is going to support the coming together of the African people, of the African market, so that we can begin the journey to contribute our share in African trade, in Africa entrepreneurship, and also making it possible for the millions of young people in this continent. We are the youngest continent. We are the continent of the future. As was said here, ably, by 2050, a quarter of the world's population will be living in this continent. And we need to work towards ensuring that the youngest continent with the most creative, innovative labor force provides opportunities for the future. And I have told the Ministry of Finance that Kenya will lead the way in supporting enterprises, medium and small entrepreneurs. Sure that we also support the possibility and the current drive towards having a Pan-African payment system, so that we can be able to trade, we can be able to transact in the African continent, irrespective of the currencies of every country. It should be possible for us to sell, trade with African countries without minding whether this is their currency or that is their currency. That is the possibility that the Pan-African payment system gives us, and Kenya will champion so that we can eliminate the roadblocks and the hurdles that our business people and our entrepreneurs undergo when they try to trade across boundaries. And the Ministry of Waziri, you know my take, and you know what you have to do with all the other stakeholders. So again, congratulations to all of you. I wish you the very best, and I look forward to working with the young people of our nation, especially in this technology and fintech and digital space. Asanteni sana.